All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and who also rule well. Peace and salutation to those of the hopeful elect. I just want to do a quick lesson going into prophecy. All right, we are in a time of the fulfillment of all things, okay? And the fulfillment of all things is the fulfillment of prophecy, all right? So we're living in the times of heavy prophecies, and we're living through the prophecies being fulfilled as we speak, and the main one is WW3, all right? And as you can see on the news, the Middle East has once again, heated back up again. All right. The war specifically in that land of Israel, which that land has been parted by heathen nations. OK. But the so-called Israelis and they're, warring against the Palestinians over there. OK. And the media is pretty much saying like the Palestinians are the ones that are the aggressors, but in all actuality, those Amalekites of the nation of Edom, okay, which say they are the Jews, all right, they are actually the aggressors, okay, but which really none of them belong in that land. All right, but these events that's taking place over there is according to biblical prophecy. Okay, the scriptures say the least of the flock shall draw them out, and that's speaking of, Amalek. All right, they're going to be the ones that pop off World War III. So this is Zephaniah chapter 3. And 8, it says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. Yeah, speaking of the Israelites, but most importantly, above all, speaking, the Lord is telling the elect of the nation of Israel to wait upon the Lord, okay? Because the real, Israelites, all right, are not dwelling in that land, okay? You may have Israelites over there, all right, that may have, decided to go over to that land, all right, but the Lord said that he was going to put us in that land, all right, and the real people of that land are not there, okay, they are scattered amongst the earth according to the curses, all right, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Seminole Indians, and also those Israelite foreigners, all right, the speckled birds, all right, have been scattered, and the majority of Israelites is compiled over here in America, also known as Babylon the Great. So the Lord is speaking to those Israelites, the remnant, those that have awoken up, to the truth, okay, that are not being deceived, by the illusion of this falsified world, okay, the ones that the Lord has awoken up to their true heritage. All right, it says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord. So the elect is waiting upon Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, all right, to return. All right, because, a part of the curses, we was going to be, brought into Egypt again via ships, and no man shall buy us. All right, so no one is going to be able to, redeem us out of slavery except for Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, which is a heavenly intervention. Okay, so it says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. And the main prey, all right, is Esau, Edom. All right, the Lord is hunting these devils. Okay, and the Lord is going to make his final move and taking you devils down when he returns with the holy angels. All right, I'm gonna continue to read. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. All right, so the Lord's determination is to gather the nations. All right, and Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is in control of all the things that go on within the earth, from the smallest of matters all the way up to the greatest of matters. It's totally in the hands of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. All right, and everything is going according to prophecy, and prophecy is the Lord's movie. Okay, and the Lord said he was going to gather these nations. All right, because he wants to get all these heathen nations, all right, and their armies together. So, all right, once he gathered them together, that's when Yahweh was going to send his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, to destroy these nations, all right, to take away their dominion. All right, so us seeing things heating up in the Middle East, all right, that brings excitement, all right, because we understand that our salvation is nearer than when we believed. All right, why? Because World War III is going to be the war to end all wars. All right, that's gonna lead, all right, to these nations shooting missiles upon Babylon the Great, also known as America. All right, so let me get another quick precept. This is Jeremiah chapter 49. Let me see. Jeremiah chapter 49. And I'm going to start at... I'm going to start at 20. Well, I'm going to start at 17 just for a pretext. It says, also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah in the neighboring cities thereof. All right, and America is spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt. All right, America is extremely wicked, and it's had a hand in pushing that wicked energy throughout the earth. All right, tainting, all right, these other nations with that philosophies of theirs. All right, so the Lord is gonna destroy America in like manner as Sodom and Gomorrah. All right, but the fire and brimstone, those same elements is contained within the thermonuclear missiles. So it says, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, saith the Lord, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. All right, so this is going to be the end game, all right, of America. All right, it's going to be a memorial. All right, it's going to be a desert. All right, after everything is all said and done. All right, that's why these prophecies are so important, because all right, World War III, the mark of the beast, these is all leading to, all right, the ushering in of the kingdom of heaven and the destruction of the wicked. Verse 19, it says, behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of Jordan against the habitation of the strong, but I will suddenly make him run away from her. And who is a chosen man that I may appoint over her? For who is like me, and who will appoint me the time, and who is that shepherd that will stand before me? Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom. All right, and this is the Lord. All right, this is what the Lord is speaking against Esau. All right, the so-called white man, that the Edomite race. It says, in his purpose that he hath purpose against the inhabitants of Teman, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. The earth is moved at the noise of their fall, at the cry of the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. All right, so it's pretty much going into the destruction. All right, and it says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. And speaking of, Amalek, all right, because Amalek, he's the worst tribe of the nation of Edom, but he's also the head tribe. All right, they are the 1% that rule the world. All right, but you have these other nations, they're coming up against Esau. All right, that's why they hate the land of those Israelis, and they also hate America. All right, and then you got Biden and the that woman vice president. Pretty much they're vocalizing their support for the Israelis over there. All right, and they're funding, the Israelis army, okay, for the Iron Dome. All right, and their various of weapons. All right, but then on the other hand, you have Putin, all right, which represents Russia. All right, that's also biblical prophecy. You have Putin saying that they're not going to accept any more casualties on behalf of the Palestinians over there. Okay, and that if any more bloodshed takes place, then Russia is going to step in. All right, and Russia is backed by China, all right, North Korea, all right, Iran. All right, so we see that the Lord is assembling, all right, and orchestrating World War III. Okay, this is the book of Joel, chapter 2:1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. All right, and we are closer than ever to the day of the Lord. Okay, we're approaching Jacob's trouble, the collapse of America. All right, Esau, he's getting ready to push the MOB, the microchip, and on top of that, World War III is taking place, and all these different great events is gonna be like a domino effect. These prophecies. All right. Verse 2, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong, there hath not been ever the like. Speaking of those thermonuclear missiles, all right. It says, neither shall be any more after it. All right, because after those missiles are used, all right, that's going to be the only time where thermonuclear missiles are ever going to be created in history. All right. It says, even to the years of many generations, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. Speaking of those missiles, man. All right, because before them, all right, is when they explode, and behind them a flame burneth. That's what propels the missile, the ICBMs. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape. Yeah, and that's going into those ICBMs. All right, because over there in the Middle East, with Israel and the Palestinians, which they've been fighting for years over that land. All right, but over the time now, all right, we're at the peak of this thing. All right, well, World War III is actually going to get started, because these nations have been developing their nuclear capabilities, man. All right, and now it's time for action. There's no more time for preparation. All right, and over there they've been shooting rockets. All right, but those are small scale. All right, bombs. All right. Then you have the atomic bomb, which that's on a bigger scale. All right, but the nuclear missiles, all right, that's a whole different ball game. Okay, so it says, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yeah, and this is going to happen to America. All right, and also that land of Israel. All right, all it takes is one nuke to clear that land. All right, but as far as Babylon the Great, all right, the scriptures speak about 200 million nuclear warheads are going to touch down on the soils of America, thus making it the lake of fire written of in the book of Revelations. Okay, so it says, yea, and nothing shall escape them. All right, so the only ones that are going to escape are the elect. All right, that get beamed up into those chariots. Okay, so let me jump to the next chapter. All right, Joel is heavy prophetic book. Joel chapter 3 verse 1, for behold, in those days and in that time, and we're living in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. All right, so hey, the Lord is going to turn back the nation of Israel's captivity. All right, so how could those people in that land be the Israelites? All right, verse 2, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. And that means the Lord's judgment or the Lord's decision. It says, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. All right, so that land has been parted. It's literally split between two heathens. Okay. Verse 3, and they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine that they may drink. Yeah, and this happened during the transatlantic slave trade. Okay. Verse 4, yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head, because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my godly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians. And who are the Grecians? The Edomites, that ye might remove them far from their border. All right, so the Israelites have been removed far from that land. Okay, and it's been split between the two heathens. Verse 7, behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to the people far off, for the Lord has spoken it. Yeah, and this is going to happen during the kingdom of heaven. All right, you other heathen nations that had a hand in putting us in slavery, all right, you're going to go into slavery. All right, verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. And this is happening now. Verse 10, beat your plowshares and the swords and your pruning hooks and the spears. Let the weak say I am strong. And the weak saying that they're strong is because these nations at one point didn't have the artillery. They didn't have the enough artillery strength as America once had. All right, America was a leading in the nuclear missiles. All right, but now these other nations have surpassed, all right, the technology of America. All right, America has some high level weapons. All right, but Russia and these other nations have higher level weapons. All right, so it says, let the weak say I am strong. Verse 11, assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Hither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. All right, so the Lord is causing World War III to happen. All right, and you see these nations are picking their sides, man. All right, and you have Palestinians, they're burning the Israeli and the American flag, man. So we are in a time of war. All right, and it's only going to intensify even more. So with that being said, I pray that this lesson be edifying. I want to say, call halal Yahweh B'Shem Shai B'Shem Rachak. This is just a quick update. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach you, who also rule well. Peace and citation to those of the hopeful elect. Shalom and a ball.